All right, Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I'd like to give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and head apostles, the great millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there that's scattered abroad in the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Michael coming to another lesson. And as always, Lord willing, it'll be edifying straight to the point. And here's going to be a quick hit. All right, I had came across this article, okay, which piqued my interest because knowing the times and seasons that we are living in, knowing the major things, one of the major events to take place here in the latter days is death. Okay, because this is the beginning of the things to come. Okay, and that process has begun, and you can tell by the things that's being displayed on the earth already. So right here, this article had came across. It says TikTok beauty influencer shot dead during live stream in Mexico. Okay, so this showing you, man, and this right here is the doing of the Lord. Okay, the Lord, what I'm saying, was behind this. All right, it was a spirit that was created for vengeance came upon this young lady here. Okay, and this proves also as well that the Lord don't have no respect of persons. Okay, whether you rich, poor, you, pretty, ugly, or whatever, woman, child, if you're not in the grace and mercy of Yahweh by Hashim Yahshai, you're going to be put to death. Okay, no matter who you are. All right, so before we get in the scriptures, let's read a little bit in this article. It says, Valeria Marquez was addressing her TikTok followers in a live stream from her beauty salon in Zapopan, Mexico, when someone arrived at her door to deliver a small parcel. Okay, so she was in her beauty salon going live on TikTok, not knowing that she could get her life took. Okay, and as well, I also want to add, TikTok is going to get a lot of you women caught up out there. Okay, you women like to get on TikTok, showing your body, try to draw attention to men. Okay, making men thirsty for you. But when that time comes, you women go get ravished. Okay, a lot of you women go get ravished, kidnapped, killed. Okay, because you're drawing too much attention to yourself all over the internet. Okay, and let's read this right here. It says moments later, she was dead, slumped over in her chair with blood pooling on the desk in front of her. Even as the live stream continued, the footage ended only when another person picked up her phone, their face momentarily showing to viewers. Okay, so while she was going, about her regular day, going live on TikTok, boom, she get put to death just like that. And ultimately, it was the Lord. Okay, and a lot of people will say, well, why would the Lord do that? Because the Lord, He kills and He make alive. Okay, because what people going to find out, is behind the issues of death. Is belong to the Lord. Okay, the Lord is behind the issues of death. Matter of fact, let's get into the scriptures real quick. For edification. So when you go here to the book of Psalms, chapter 68, in verse 20, it say, He that is our God is the God of salvation. And unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahshai, the Lord, belong the issues from death. See, let's read this again from the top. It says, He that is our God or power is the God or power of salvation. And unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahshai, the Lord belong the issues from death. See that? So pretty much you don't need no more explanation on this. It shows who in control of people getting put to death. All right. And ultimately the Lord, saying have sent out them death angels. That's why you're seeing a lot of people getting put to death. Okay. Because prophecy is speaking. All right, and we're in the beginning stages of this thing, of these events. Matter of fact, let's go from here to Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. See? So we're in the beginning stages of these events taking place upon planet Earth. Okay, you've seen most signs of the famine. Okay. The love of men in West and cold. All right. This only just the beginning. Because as time goes on, as we get closer to the end, these things are going to increase. Okay? It says, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And this is what you people should be considering, man, because this is the time to be considering of the evil time. It's like of the evil times that we coming into. Okay? Because it's a lot for the happen here. Okay? And right now the signs is being thrown out there. Okay, you watch on the news, about wars taking place, sites of famine, people getting put to death, people getting shot. Okay, you hear about these tariffs going on. You hear about these nations raging war against each other. All right, so this would be a time to consider these things, man. All right, and again in the good grace of Yahweh Bahashim Yahshua. Because again, the Lord got them death angels sent out, man. Okay, and if you're not abiding in the Lord's mercy, guess what? Them death angels gonna come knocking at your front door. All right, and you know what I'm saying, and get you up out of here. So let's get this right here real quick here in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, in verse 28. It says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance." See that? And that was on display now. And this what happened to this girl today. As she was going live on TikTok, she was visited by a spirit that was created for vengeance. All right. Ultimately, the Lord judged her. All right. Which can prove to you that the Lord can judge anybody who you want. So all you women out there who think that you just so exempt, okay, because you're a woman. No, the Lord don't mind putting you to death. Okay. So let's keep going. It say, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death. See, and death. All these were created for vengeance. See that? So this right here proves the reasoning behind somebody getting put to death as well. Because it was a spirit that was created for vengeance. The Lord sent out to that person. Okay? It says, verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress they shall not transgress his word. See that? So basically, in lack of better words, those spirits are going to be obedient unto their creator, which is Yahweh Bahashim Al Shah. And it's obvious, man, how people been getting knocked off. left to right around here. People getting shot, people dying in various ways. And guess what? That death rate is going to increase as we get closer and closer to the end. Okay. So the Lord, you know what I'm saying, is getting busy in the earth, man. And if you ain't got that, if you ain't in the Lord's mercy, man, if you ain't trying to see the Lord now, okay, especially you so-called blessed Hispanics and native Indians out there who know about this word, who know about the truth, and taking it light, guess what? The Lord would you know what I'm saying, would judge you. The Lord would kill you. And he can do it in many ways. Okay, he can use animals to take you out of here. He can cause you to, you know what I'm saying, get killed in a car wreck, get shot, get caught on fire. I'm just naming some examples. But the Lord, the Lord, he can get it done. So let's get one more scripture here in the book of Ezekiel. Let me see. I believe it's the 4th chapter. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Oh, it's the 9th chapter. Let me see. Let me try Ezekiel 9. That's it. Alright, so this is Ezekiel chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, And the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahshua said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. And keep in mind, Jerusalem was a people before it was a place. Okay. It says, And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay. And this mark right here is referring to is the mark of exemption from judgment. Okay. This is what you want. You know what I'm saying? To be exempt. And the one that's going to be exempt pretty much from all, you know what I'm saying, the judgment that the Lord have in store is pretty much the righteous. Okay. And in verse 5 it says, And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. See that? And what does it sound like? Sound like a death angel being commanded, okay, to take somebody out, to take some people out, okay? Because these death angels is not going to have no pity upon you. They ain't going to care who, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to matter who you are. As, for example, this TikTok model, or wherever she was, you know what I'm saying? The Lord did not have mercy upon her, okay? Yeah, she was pretty, indeed, but guess what? That don't matter in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, because if you ain't got this the mark of exemption, no matter how big and how glamorous you may seem to be on this side, if you ain't with Yahweh Bahashim Yahshua, you getting cut off. That's all it is to it. Now verse 6 right here, it say, which is the main point, it says, Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. Hold on, let's go back from the top. It says, Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. See? So it proves, man, that the Lord don't have no respect to persons. Okay? And no matter how old you is, okay, how good you look, how popular you is, if you don't have this tawah, especially in these little days, man, you're gonna be cut off. Okay? It says, But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house, and the honorable And the only ones who the Lord is not going to let those spirits that's crave for vengeance come upon, is the ones who got that mark of exemption, the tawah, the righteous men, the righteous as a whole. All right. Because, the Lord will have mercy upon whom he will have mercy upon. All right. So with that being said, Lord willing, let this lesson edify and stretch your point. Till next time I say shalom.